Welcome to the design guide for the Pencil Expander HTML template. As you'll notice here in the builder, we no longer have step 1 text. That's because in the new HTML ad formats, all of the text is going to be graphic driven. That means as a designer, you're going to import your text, fonts, sizes, etc. into images and then upload those images into our containers. So starting with the media, you have a collapsed graphic, which can be any size, and it can be JPEG, PNG, or GIF. Expanded graphic can be any size, JPEG, PNG, or GIF, as well as SWF files. Now the first thing we want to note here is that these HTML ads can contain SWF files, and there are no constraints on those SWF files, meaning they can be created in any ActionScript version and any Flash version you like. However, when uploading SWF files, please note that that will in essence turn these ads into Flash files, and you will lose the full reach of the ad capability, meaning iPads and iPhones will not render these ads if you upload SWF files. However, if that reach is not a concern, you're more than welcome to upload those and these ads will accommodate. Next options down are for your open and close buttons. Again, JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, or SWFs. There's no longer built-in open and close button containers. What that means is you can upload open and close buttons of any size you want. These happen to be 130 by 40 pixel default sizes, but you can adjust in settings. You can make them 100 by 100 pixels, anything you want, and upload those and adjust where those open and close buttons are going to live within the ad itself. Finally, you'll see an optional video component. These ads can contain video in MP4 format. There are, again, noting some limitations to MP4. Only Chrome and Safari browsers fully support HTML5 and MP4 videos. Firefox and Explorer, the newest versions, tend to support those, but it is not supported across the board yet. Ideally, that will come around in the coming months, but as of right now, you may see spotty rendering depending on what browser you're viewing these video clips on. Step 2 is for your colors. Again, you can upload a background color and select a custom hit area for testing mode, and we'll show you that in a moment as well. Custom click-through URLs. For these ads, you can create up to 4 custom click-through URLs. That means you can define these click-through areas to be any size you want and be located anywhere on the expanded template that you like. So we'll show you how to actually configure those here in just a moment, but you could have 1, 2, 3, or 4 different click-throughs. And now finally, step 4 is for your settings. Starting out at the top, you can set the collapsed width and collapsed height for the ad unit for the collapsed area. Again, this can be any positive number you want. There's no size limitations. Expanded width and expanded height. Right now this is currently 900 by 350, but you can adjust that to be any size you want. Would you like the ad to automatically expand on initial render, yes or no? If you put yes here, the ad will automatically expand when it first renders on the screen. But if you want that ad to limit the number of times it auto expands, you can put a number in here which will in essence drop a cookie onto the user's browser, so that in this instance, if they revisit that page a second time within 6 hours in this case, the ad will not auto expand. The user will have to manually click on it to open it up, and then if they revisit that page after the 6 hours has expired or whatever number you put in here, the ad will auto expand a second time and drop a fresh cookie and start over again. Next, would you like the auto expand to be on a delay in seconds? So if you wanted it to wait 5 seconds and then auto expand, you would put that number in here, or you set this to no, meaning it'll expand right away. Auto collapse after it auto expands. Would you like to automatically close after a certain amount of times? If yes, just type in the seconds there. Would you like the ad to auto expand when you mouse over it, yes or no, versus auto collapsing when you mouse off of it, yes or no? Then we have the speed. Expand speed is currently 2 seconds and collapse speed is 2 seconds, but you can set these to be whatever you like. Next, would you like to use the default location for your open and close buttons? And by default, we have the open and close buttons located in the upper right-hand corner of the template. This is sort of the designer easy setting. That means that no matter what you adjust the size of these containers to be, it'll auto justify your open and close buttons to the upper right-hand corner. we'll go ahead and preview the ad and show you that here. So when we preview, by setting these settings to yes, right now you'll see the open buttons in the upper right hand corner, as well as once it expands, the close buttons in the upper right hand corner. If, however, I want to change the default location of those, I set this to no. We don't want to use the default location. Now the open and close buttons, what size do you want them to be? Right now they're 130 by 40 pixels, but you can set that again to be whatever you like. And then what would you like the horizontal offset to be for the open button? Well, let's put it in the middle of the ad. Let's make it, for instance, 350 pixels to the right. So when we preview the ad now, it no longer defaults to the upper right hand corner, but it's going to live here at the top of the ad in this case. And when I click open, you'll now see the close button by default sticks up now into the upper left hand corner, and we could adjust that to live anywhere on the ad we like by coming back into here and setting the close button horizontal offset and vertical offset in pixels as well. Next, would you like to use the custom button images, yes or no? By yes, it's going to refer to the images you put in here in step 2 media. If you set this to no, this would be in the instance that you wanted to build those open and close buttons into the actual collapsed and expanded graphics, in which case you'd still be using the offsets and size parameters for the open and close buttons, and that simply dictates what the invisible hit area is going to be and where it's going to live. So not a setting you'd use a lot, but it's there if you need it. Next, would you like to include the video player, yes or no? If I put yes here, the next options say how big would you like the video player to be. You can make it any size you want. Currently it's 400 by 250 pixels. And again, you can have it offset anywhere you want. So let's make it 100 pixels to the right and 50 pixels down. And when we preview the ad again, we will see upon expanding that we now have a video container in here that again will contain a video if you upload one. So you can set that to be any size you want and again live anywhere on the page you like. So we'll set this back to no. And now finally we have expand offset, horizontal and vertical offset that we did. Finally are your custom click-through areas or custom hit areas. So currently we have hit area 1 set to be yes, turned on. How big do we want it? We set it to be the exact size of the expanded container, 900 by 350 in this case. And the offset for that is 0, 0 because we want it to line up exactly with that expanded container. If, however, we wanted a second or third hit area, we'd simply activate custom hit area 2 in this instance. Let's make it 100 pixels wide by 150 pixels tall. And again, you just set your horizontal and vertical offsets here, starting in the upper left-hand corner. Let's make it 100 pixels to the right and 75 pixels down from the top. And again, we could do the same thing here with custom hit area 3, height, width, and offset. Custom hit area 4, turn it on and put height, width, and offset. And then finally your last setting here is going to be for testing mode. So if I turn on testing mode and click preview, this is going to show me exactly where my hit areas that normally are invisible are going to live on the page. So when I click open, you can see in the background, well, close button's currently covering it, but hit area 1 is in the background and hit area number 2 is here, the 100 by 150 pixels. So if I click anywhere here, it's going to go to hit area 2. And from a stacking standpoint, hit area 1 is at the bottom, hit area 2 is on top of that, hit area 3 is on top of those, and hit area 4 is on the very top of the stack. So if there's overlap, the higher the hit area number is what's going to take precedence. So that's the design guide for the Pencil Expander. As always, call us at 866-467-2289 if you have any questions.